Hello everyone. As you can see, my topic is when to stop testing. To rephrase the question, it's like when to stop testing and release the product. You know, we cannot test the product unlimited and stop releasing it. It will hamper the revenue as well as you might get fired. On the other hand, if you do not do sufficient testing and release the product, again you will get fired. So, what to do? So it's a dilemma, right? When to stop testing? Oh, time's up. But did I express myself clear? I think I didn't. So the problem is we don't know when to stop and when to continue. So since I didn't express myself clear, I have to continue, right? Okay. So did I express my? This is we call this minimizing the risk. I minimize the risk of expressing myself clear and continue, right? In a similar fashion, in testing, we have to minimize our risk and do sufficient testing. Do not stop prior it's time to stop, right? Now the question is, how do we minimize our risk? There are certain criteria on which we can measure our risk, like mention all the possible risk in our release notes and let the stakeholders decide whether to accept the risk or not. If the stakeholders agrees, then we are ready to release the product. So what are those criteria? All right. Again, there is something we call complete testing. We all know that complete testing is not possible because there are too many parameters out there, too many inputs, too many combinations, too many paths to do. So it's not possible to complete the testing. But the question is when to stop testing. Common factors and constraints, the deadlines, release deadline, testing deadline, etc. This helps you to decide when to stop testing. Apart from that, testing budget of the project. So testing, you cannot continue testing unlimited. You have a fixed budget for the testing, right? And the coverage of functionality, code requirements, these also matters. All the planned test cases have been executed. This is another criteria of taking your decision. Key test cases have been passed. Resource available and their skills, this also matters. Bug count rate, fix of high priority bugs. Okay, and last of all, the risk of the project is under acceptable limit. So you have to take the risk of whether to release the product. Is the right time to release the product or not? You have to judge all these criteria and then release the product. One of the criteria I mentioned is bug count rate. I just take a few minutes of explaining a bug count rate. It might lead you to misjudgment. Like we can see that the bug count rate goes to a peak and then goes down. So you might be misjudged from this scenario. You can say that the product is ready, since we can see that the bug count rate goes down, right? So see, the scenario might happen like this. After it goes down, it can arise again, right? So don't be misjudged. Don't do misjudgment, right? Judge carefully and minimize your risk. Questions?
Didn't understand your topic. any fun. Okay. Okay. Ayman. So what is complete testing? Is it really possible?
It's not, as I have mentioned that it's not really possible because there are so many parameters out there, like so many inputs, so many environmental setups. So we really cannot do complete testing. I can refer you to this is a separate topic, so I can refer you to Kem Kerner's complete testing. You can go there and see what's complete testing.
So how do you avoid getting fired?
By minimizing the risk. You see, those are the criteria I mentioned. You can take a decision from there and then minimize your risk.
Okay, but can you honestly say absolutely every risk there is? I mean, can you find all the risks there are? Can you determine all the risks there are? Because you just said there's no such thing as complete testing.
You cannot say that it's 100% risk-free, right? You're actually taking risk by releasing a product. Again, you're actually minimizing the risk.
Okay. Cool. No, I was just messing with you because you're too afraid to get fired, so you know. Questions, we're ready. Raise your hands. Okay. There's one at the back. Okay. Shoot your questions. Yep.
Yeah, like you have said, some common things like point to stop testing. There is some parameters, and I would like to say, from your speech, like in the program there are parameters, and you have set some parameters. And are you sure these parameters are work enough for the stop testing or the complete testing? There is no complete testing, but I would like to say stop testing and releasing.
I think these parameters helps. That's what I have found in my short period of experience. This helps actually.
Is it general or something like it is like parameter?
There is no hard and fast rules. You cannot say for sure that these are the only parameters. There might be something else out there, but these are the common things we generally practice.
Why I was asking, in my project, we used to release like there were 12 releases. After that, there is a problem like we have bilingual, like we are supporting Arabic. So once on a release, we sent the release, but client said there is a big problem because we cannot take this. And our founder said, after this there is any mistake or any problem with the Arabic issue, you have to stop release. So I think parameters should change, depends on the scenario and the projects.
Yes, that's true. It might vary, but again, I mentioned that all the stakeholders should agree that you can release the product. I think I mentioned it. Right?
Yeah.